Hey guys, it's Ev and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I know my hair is a little frizzy today, but we're just going with it. So today we are going to be talking about the college application process and just things that you need to get done so you don't have to be stressed out about your college applications. So without further ado, let's just get started. So my first tip, especially if you're a junior, not in senior year yet, is to make sure that you start your applications over the summer. But if you are a senior, like probably most of you that are watching this are, then you just need to start now. Stop procrastinating and just start writing and start filling out the Common App now. So yeah, that's the basic. The first step is just make a Common App account. It's really easy to set up. Just go online. They have all step by step. Really easy to figure out how to do it, and like again, the website just tells you exactly what you have to do. It's very straightforward. And if you have questions, I actually had to ask a question about a supplement essay. I emailed someone, they responded within like 5 minutes and got the problem fixed by the next day. It was awesome. So the Common App is there and they want to help you. They want to make sure your college application process is as smooth as possible. My next tip is to make sure that you just map everything out for yourself. Write a schedule and just say, okay, I'm applying to these schools. I'm applying to these schools either early or just regular decision, whatever, and I need these SATs, these subject tests, these forms have to be sent, whatever. So just make sure that you have everything mapped out by what you need to get and by when, so that you can just not be stressed out. Like I had this schedule right here that is like all the stuff I have to do every day of the week so that I can like have time to practice and do all my homework. But you can just have a schedule, you can type it up, make it cute, and hang it in your room like this and just keep yourself sane. Another thing with all the SAT scores, tip number 3, send your SAT scores now to all your colleges, because then they will open a folder for you, and then that way when they get your application, they'll already have a folder already kind of started looking into you, and then you won't have to worry about sending them later. And if you're taking your SAT, you can also send like 4 free scores, I think, through the college board. So make sure that if you're recently taking the test that you do that you know at least 4 schools you definitely want to go to, because it is like $12 a school to just send tests, which you can send like 20 tests to one school and it's just $12 per school. But just make sure that you're sending those as early as you can so that the schools know you're interested as soon as possible. Step number 4 is to write your essays now, and make sure that you write them at least a month before the application, so that way you can write them, leave them the way they are, and come back a couple weeks later and edit them. Because if you try to edit right after you wrote it, you're going to miss things, because you know you want it to sound, you want it to say this, so your brain just automatically assumes that it says that, and you miss mistakes. So go and give yourself time to just write it, and then go back a couple weeks later, edit everything, and then when you're super done, make sure that you read it backwards, because that way you can just check for any like punctuation errors and stuff like that. And you can also have friends edit it, teachers edit it, anyone that you want to just read over your essays, because you will have your main essay that goes in your Common App for all your colleges, and then a lot of other schools have just other supplement essays that you have to write as well. So get those done really, really early so that you can go back and edit them with a fresh mindset. I asked for my letters of recommendation at the end of junior year, but if you haven't done that yet, do that now, and make sure that you ask your teachers in person. They don't want to be asked over email. It's way more respectful to ask them in person, because you're asking them to do something for you for free. And make sure that you like give them a fact sheet or something just to say like where you're applying, what you're interested in, anything else that you want them to mention in your essay, in the letter, or that you just want them to know about so they can write about you better. And yes, be really polite when you're asking them, and send them updates when you find out if you got in. You can email those to them, and if you have time, go talk to them in person, and then get them like a thank you card or something at the end of the year, because they helped you get into your colleges. So one part of the Common Application is that you have to put in your grades and your rank. So that you have to go to your guidance counselor and get a copy of your transcript if your school doesn't just give you access to them. So I had to go in person, get a copy of my transcript so I could fill that out, and then the updated transcripts get sent through your guidance office throughout the year. If that's how your school works, just double check with your guidance counselor and make sure that your transcripts are going to get sent, but also that you have that access for the initial typing it into the Common Application. Try to visit schools in person, but if you cannot, use online resources. Use virtual tours. A lot of colleges have apps. Watch YouTube videos, and then you can use websites like Niche or Niche, however you want to say it. Those have all student reviews, and you can look at bad reviews and good reviews, and they can be specific. Like maybe you want to look at the food reviews, the dorm reviews, campus safety, professors, academics. Just you can like really like look for specific things on Niche, and you'll get perspectives from students that actually went there. So that's cool. And also just try to like talk to kids that you know are going to those schools or that already applied there and get advice from people that already graduated high school. Oh, there's also this like app called like Zemi where you can like follow colleges and see videos that they post that students, it's kind of like student run and students post it. And then you can like post stuff about yourself, and you can link that to a lot of different applications if a school wants you to. And that way you can also like talk to kids that are in group chats about colleges if they're like applying to the same school as you, if they're going to the same school as you in the spring when you figure out where you're going. It's just a cool resource. Another way to find information about colleges is just to figure out who your local like admissions counselor is for your area, and just email them and be like, hey, I'm interested in blah blah blah, and can you tell me about what programs would fit my likings at your school or whatever, and just get to know them. But it's really good to just go and see the campuses and try to like make connections. But again, if you can't, just try to contact people over the internet, on the phone, all that kind of stuff that you can do pertaining to applying early or whatever. I'm applying everywhere that I can early action, which is non-binding. It's just that you can apply early, say I'm interested, and then find out early, or if you got in, to find out around like Christmas instead of in March. And most of the schools I'm applying to have that, but a lot of them don't. They only have early decision, which is binding, or regular decision. So I'm applying regular decision, but I'm still sending all of my applications in this weekend, just like before November 1st deadline, because I just want to, but I won't find out if I got in from those schools until later. Future self, so I can be proud of my... I have submitted my first college application on September 14th, 2018. Exciting. But if you can, just apply early everywhere, because it's really easy. You're that way to just get it out of the way, and then you don't have to worry about it, and it's just done. And then if you can find out early, that's pretty awesome, because then you know by like Christmas break. So not like Thanksgiving and Christmas when all your family's like,
oh my gosh, like where are you applying? Have you done your applications yet?
You can be like, I'm done already. Like, you know? Yeah. Another thing, like I said with the writing, is finish the whole entire Common Application and all of the supplements like at least 2 weeks before it's due, and then just come back to it without like touching it for those 2 weeks, and then edit it with a fresh mindset, fresh look on things, and just you'll actually catch all your little mistakes and stuff that way. And it'll just be like good to kind of see how like your perspectives changed over those 2 weeks, so it's not super rushed, because you will just like develop your ideas a little bit better when you come back and read it again 2 weeks or a month later, or however long you take. If you don't know exactly what you want to major in, but you like a whole bunch of different schools, apply to different schools for different majors. Like I'm applying to a couple schools for journalism, a couple schools for environmental studies, and one school for English teacher education. That was kind of random. It's like my safety school, but I was like, hey, it's kind of interesting to me. Probably won't go there, but you know, let me just apply and see what happens, because that's a state school, and so that would make sense for me. If I was going to go to a state school, I would do it for like education, because that has been something that I kind of thought I wanted to do, but I don't really know. So just apply to different programs at different colleges. Like you say, like Clarkson for me is really, really good at environmental, so I'm applying there for environmental, but Emerson is really good for journalism, so I'm applying there for journalism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then after you send in all of your applications, a lot of the colleges on the Common App actually have an option to apply for honors programs or special programs, but other schools make you do it separately. So check out all of those honors programs and special programs, because a lot of times if you get in, they give you scholarships, and you get to like live in a cool community on campus. And so just like do your research on other programs at the schools and everything that schools have to offer, so that you don't miss out opportunities, because some schools let you apply like once you're already in, maybe like for your junior year, but other schools you have to apply to these programs freshman year, before like apply as your initial application. So just, you know, keep an eye out for honors programs, do your research, and just check them out, because they might be a good fit for you. Another tip is to fill out the FAFSA on October 1st, or as close to October 1st as you can. That's the financial aid thing for federal aid that you have to fill out for a lot of colleges. And a lot of colleges will not look at your application until that has been submitted. So just make sure that you do that as soon as possible. It opens on October 1st, so just get it done so you don't have to worry about it. And then check to see if your school needs a CSS profile or any other like state financial aid forms. Just make sure that you are filling out all the forms that you need and talking to your parents. Like for the FAFSA, like your parents have to make a profile and you have to make a profile, because they have to report their taxes. And then if you have a job, you have to report your taxes, your earnings. You know, so you have to make sure that your parents are in on it with you, and just make sure that you are prepared and on top of things that should be on your schedule to make sure that you're doing the FAFSA as close to October 1st as you can. And lastly, just be honest and be you on your application. Don't lie, don't make a persona. That's like, on TV shows where people lie about like liking football so that they can date the football player. Like,
don't do that.
Because it never works out. Like, people want to know who you are. So don't be afraid to show who you are on your application. Write about what you want to write about and just be honest and just fill out everything like what you would do if you were like sworn under oath. No, just kidding. But like, just write from your heart, write who you are, and just really show those admissions counselors, like, this is me, and I should go here because I'm cool, I'm awesome, and I'd be unique at your school. Yes. So that was kind of just a lot of advice all over the place. If you have any other questions, comment them down below, and I will try my best to answer them, but you can always talk to your guidance counselor or just Google it, because there's lots of answers on Google. But I had friends at school ask me to make this video. Hopefully I covered everything, but yeah, hopefully this was fun and enjoyable, and if you want some just more life tips, how to survive high school, how to survive college applications, all of that stuff, and just like getting to know me better, meeting me, knowing my life, if you want to follow my journey, you should give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, I'm really tired and I'm sweating and my face is shining, so this video is kind of all over the place, but you should still subscribe anyway because I'm going to be making lots of college videos, fun things, yeah. So, hope you enjoyed. This is the longest outro ever, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.
One.